magazine, what do they say? We're one of the fastest growing companies of any kind in the world, right? They talk about us. At the same time, they talk about Microsoft, right? Now, why is that? How do we get that? How do we get in Inc. magazine? Bottom line is we deliver results, okay? That's really what you're here to get. And when I say results, we're talking about more dough, all right? More money at the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the year than you had when you started, all right? Results are the name of the game. I'll say that over and over again, because as far as I'm concerned, everything else is just conversation. So I got to get you to that point. Why? Because of what this says, really. If you don't know what you're doing, what does this say? You can lose money in the market. And I'm going to cover that right away, all right? I've got to make sure you know what you're doing, and I'll take about an hour to get you there. By the time I'm done, all right, you're going to flat out know more about making money in this market than 99% of the people on this planet. And I'm pretty confident that you haven't seen what I'm about to show you, because if you had, you'd already be doing it. All right, we're going to use that chat box regularly so I can make sure that you're following along. By the time we're done, you'll be talking like a Forex trader, and I'm going to put a tool on your desk, all right, that you're going to be able to kind of put to the test today. I want you to understand that it's a software tool, and I'm going to demonstrate it today. All right, we've put over $1 million into it. It's a proprietary piece, and I'm going to show it to you live in the market. All right, I'll teach you a formula for successful trading. No secrets, okay? It's just a formula that was discovered by the president of our company, and it's allowed not only him, but also our students to find a ton of success in this market. Once you learn it, you're going to be ready, okay, to trade alongside not just anybody, but our crew here at Market Traders Institute, trading live. Okay, listen, market's open. All right, we're going to trade it live. We're going to do it right now. We're going to use that software. We're going to trade the formula. All right, we'll do 3 live trades. I'll show you some opportunity. And the fact of the matter is, at the end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite 25 of you to come and work with us, okay, for the next 60 days to try out everything I'm showing you. Test it out. See if you can make this stuff work for you. And the best part of this is anything I show you today, you're going to be able to take advantage of risk-free to you financially. So with that in mind, all right, let's just get the ball rolling. If you got a piece of paper and a pen handy, now's probably a good time to start writing down just a couple of things. Look, I've managed trading desks, all right? My job on the desk was to make sure that the people that were on my desk were profitable traders. So I know how to pull this off. This is something I've done for a good long time. All right, and your keys to success, first and foremost, especially if this is a new market for you, we got to get you past your first couple of trades. What do I mean? Most people that try Forex trading, they do 3 trades and quit. Okay, they spend a grand total of about 3 hours at this, and then they throw in the towel. Why? Because what? They took a loss. Maybe they didn't have the right information. Whatever it was, they gave up without realizing how close they were to being successful at it. So here's my job. All right, I got to get you past your first 3 trades. I'm hoping I can do it today. All right, if I can get you past your first 3 trades and get you in the black, get you trading with some of your profit, right? Trading with what I call the house's money, not your mortgage money, right? But with a little bit of profit, just a little bit. That's when the sky is going to be the limit. That's when this is going to open up for you, all right? So if I can get you there, right, then I've done my job. So that's what I'm going to hopefully do for you today. You found the right market. It's a currency market. I like to call it the big pile of money, right? Everyone's looking for the big pile of money. Well, here it is, right? This is all the currency in the world. What are we going to try to do? Reach into that pile and put a couple of those shekels in your column. Most important key to success, I think, is finding the right people to trade with, okay? Because I always like to say you can't learn how to do something. You can't learn a skill by reading it in a book. A lot of people write the books, okay? You got the books, you got the blogs, you got the tapes, you got the different things you can read that can tell you about trading. But you can't learn how to do it the right way from a book any more than you could learn how to ride a bike from a book, okay? You got to get on the bike is what I like to say. And I know at the beginning you might not be sure how all your muscles are supposed to work, okay? I know you're a little wobbly and nobody wants to skin their knee riding a bike. So what happens? Mom or dad hangs on to the bike until you get your balance. Then pretty soon you got it and off you go. That's what trading's going to be. I want you to think of it like a skill, okay? It's not an academic exercise. If it were, right, a lot of people would be making a whole lot of money if it was just an academic exercise, but it's really a skill that you need to put into place, and you got to be in the market to make money. So we're going to talk about that today too. Of course, I'm going to give you some education. I'm going to put a couple tools on your desk, and I'm going to put a team in front of you that you can trade with. The only thing that I need from you is for you to show up, all right? You showing up, not turning your life upside down. But if you show up 30 minutes a day, you can master this. You can do this. And you're going to let your team and your software do most of the heavy lifting for you. Okay? The goal is to keep you showing up, and you got to get results to do that. If you're new, who do you count on for the results? Count on your team to get you started. Okay? If we can get you some results right out of the gate, the fact of the matter is you're going to keep showing up. Okay? And I'm going to tell you this, timing couldn't be better. All right? We all know that timing doesn't hurt when it comes to trading. I'm going to tell you your timing couldn't be better, and I want to show you something. You see this chart right here? All right? This is a chart on the Great British Pound. And some of you might think that this big downward bar right here, this big move down, right, is the big move from last week, right? The big Brexit move. Oh, we had the vote, Great Britain's leaving, the pound is tumbling in value, right? Some of you might think that it's a chart from last week, but it's not. It's actually a chart from January of 2015. This is the last time the pound got clobbered, okay? This is when the Swiss decided to do something with their banking, right? That was just as wacky as this Brexit thing. And in one day, what happened? The pound dropped about 3,000 pips. Some of you might remember that, okay? Regardless, huge event, and a lot of money changed hands that day. But why is this important? All right, here's what I'm going to tell you. It wasn't the event itself that was so important, all right? It's what came right after. Not months after, not years after, but right after, okay? What happened after the big event was over the next 39 days, right, after this huge move down, the pound rebounded 2,500 pips in the other direction. And it provided the single best trading month, all right, for Forex traders in about 10 years. All right, it's important because you see this little formation right here? You see this? This is happening to the pound right now. This exact same formation that I've got in a circle is happening on the pound right now, and not on just one currency, but on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 currency pairs, okay, all related to the pound. So if you've been waiting, listen, for some big opportunity to come along, right, waiting for the right time to do something when it comes to the Forex, it can't be any plainer than what's in front of you. All right, there's 6 currency pairs right there, and if this is anything like the last go-around, even if it only moves by half of what it did the last time, we're talking about a $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 opportunity by the end of July. So here's a dumb question, okay? And type your answer in the chat box if you don't mind. If I can show you today how to make $30,000, do you think you might be interested in that? All right, that's the dumbest question I'll probably ask you, but I wanted you to know that this is going to be worth your time, okay? Because I'm going to show this to you, and if I can make you 30 grand today, are we going to get along okay? What do you think? Yeah, right? We'll get along just fine, right, Dave? Right, Janice? Right? Brad, thank you for that. All right, well, then let's get the ball rolling, because I've got a lot to show you, all right? And the time is really happening as we speak. And I've got the market to do this with because it's going to give you every available advantage. Now listen, if you don't have a currency account, here's why you got to consider this market. First and foremost, it's leveraged at 50 to 1. What does that mean? You don't have to bring a lot of money to this one, all right, in order to make a whole lot of noise. If you have $2,000 in trading capital, I'm telling you that's all you're going to need for this. Stock market, you need 25. Right? Options market, you need 25,000. Futures market, same thing. You're going to open a margin account with those, and if you do 3 round trips in any of them, they want you to have 25,000 on deposit so you can follow NASDAQ rule 25-25. Here, you don't need 25 grand. You got 2 grand. You're cooking with oil. I'll show you today how you can start with $200 and still make a whole lot of noise, okay? It's a liquid market, and it's open round the clock. Both of those things are going to limit your risk. There's no gaps of time, so that means there's no gaps, okay, in price. This trades through every price, and you're going to see just how that works. It's going to lower your risk. So we all want to talk about the upside. Okay, everybody wants to dazzle you with the upside, and we're going to talk about that a little because that's the fun part. Okay, but the whole time I'm showing you this, I'm going to show you how this market is built to protect your downside also. And at the end of the day, that's what's going to be what makes sense to you. All right, this has to pass your test for what amounts to making sense. When I show it to you, it's just going to make sense for you to at least give this thing a shot. And it's easy to understand. I think most of you already know everything you need to when it comes to getting started. Most of you can talk like currency traders, especially if you know the major currencies. If you don't, jot these down, okay? Canadian, Euro, Pound, Yen, Swiss, and Australian. Those are the 6 major currencies. And guess what? 90% of your trading is going to go through those. So make that's going to be your whole list. It's not like the stock market. We need 6,000 stocks, right? We're going to trade 6 major currencies. Now, are there others? Of course, right? New Zealand dollar, Mexican peso, this and that. We'll get fancy later, okay? I want to concentrate on these 6 to build your foundation. Let me do that today, okay? And what we're going to trade, gang, here is just exchange rates. We're gonna trade the movement in exchange rates. Now, most of you have already been traveling. Most of you have been to an airport. Most of you have seen a currency exchange booth in your life. And the minute you see this information, you already know what to do. Okay, if you see the Euro-US exchange rate as $1.1035, you know that you can exchange a euro for $1.1035 US. Fundamentally, that's what you're going to be doing in the currency market, just exchanging one currency for another at the going rate. Now, you're used to talking about this in dollars and cents, but currency traders talk about these last 2 decimal places. What do we call those? We call those the pips. Jot that down. That stands for price interest point, okay? We're talking about fractions of a penny. It doesn't seem like a whole lot. Let me tell you, that's where you're going to concentrate. That movement in the exchange rate is going to mean a whole lot to us as Forex traders. We're going to look to capture as many of those little pips as possible. Now, what's going to cause the exchange rate to move? Let me just show this to you. All right, it's all about strength and weakness. If you got a weak currency like the pound, what's going to happen? The exchange rate's going to go down, right? If you got a strong currency, let's just say the euro is strong today. All right, let's say it started the day at 110.35, but you had a strong currency. What's going to happen? Currency rate's going to go up. All right, the exchange rate is going to go up. Let's say it goes to 110.85. Well, that's going to be a difference of 50 pips. There they are, the 3rd and 4th decimal place. Okay, so now you know where to find them. So now it's time to go out and trade them. Right, you're almost there. We're going to do some live trading right now. All right, and you're almost ready to do it. The one thing you have to know is this last thing. When you move a currency position, when you're trading, what you're going to be doing is buying and selling lots, L-O-T-S, lots of currency. Jot that down, all right? Stock market, you trade shares. Options market, you trade contracts, right? Currency market, you're going to be buying and selling lots. Now, what's a lot worth? $100,000. Now, wait a second, all right? That's a big number. Let me make sense out of it, okay? In the old days of currency trading, if you personally, the small investor, right, wanted to get started with currency trading, right, it used to be that you had to deposit $100,000 minimum just to get the ball rolling, okay? That's what you'd have to put in for trading capital if you wanted to trade lots. But anymore, it's different because of leverage, all right? Here's what's going to happen. You're going to deposit a small amount into a Forex trading account. I'll show you how to open one in just a minute, okay? When you make that deposit, the broker that you work with is going to match your deposit, okay, 50 times. For every dollar you put in, they'll match it 50 to 1. All right, and it's that leverage that gets you in the game. Let me show you what I mean. There's your $2,000 deposit. When they match it 50 times, look, that's $100,000. Now you're in the game. Now you've got one lot worth of currency that you can trade. So what's the point? You need the broker to provide the leverage. Now, the good news, the broker does it. When you open that account, make a deposit, the broker provides you the leverage. My first question, probably your first question, why do they do it? Why does the broker provide the leverage? It's not out of kindness, okay? It's not out of the goodness of their heart. Here's why they provide it. I told you I would tell you everything, okay? Here's what you need to know. The broker provides you the leverage. However, you're going to pay what's called the spread, right? Jot that down, of between 1 and 3 pips on every trade that you do, okay? For providing you the leverage, the broker is going to collect the spread. It's like a tip, it's like a toll, it's like commission, whatever you want to call it, okay? But they'll collect that on every trade that you do. Now, it says between 1 and 3 pips. Which is it? Okay, depends on the currency you trade. If you're trading the euro, it's 1 pip. You're trading the pound, it might be 2 pips. You're trading the yen, it might be 2.5. But the fact is, you'll pay that, they'll give you the leverage, and that gets you in the game. So with all that information, guess what? You're ready to do your first trade. Really? That's it? That's it. Okay? This couldn't be any easier. You're ready to do your first trade. We've been at this for 12 minutes, okay? Fact of the matter is this. All you need to do is pick one of those currencies out of your list. Let's say you do, all right? Let's say you're going to do your first trade. You're going to buy one lot of the Australian dollar. Well, what are you going to do? You're going to go to your online trading account. Now, where did this come from? All right, this is a picture of an online trading platform. I got it from this group here out of Toronto called Oanda. All right, there's a couple of different Forex trading groups. At the end, I can tell you where else you can look to open one up. But when you go to their website, you click on open an account. All right, in a couple of minutes, after you fill out some basic information, they're going to send you a download link so that you can download their trading platform right onto your computer. Now, you can see here, right, stuff that looks kind of familiar, right? There's your currency pairs, the euro, the pound, the Australian, the yen, the Canadian. You see that? All right. Right here, there's a picture of the currency you're going to be trading. You see that we got a lot of blinking going on because the market's open. So we got a live picture of what's going on in the market. Now, what did we say? You're going to go out and buy one lot of the Australian. So what you're going to do is come over here, right, where it says buy, and you're going to click on it. Now, as soon as you do, what happens? An order ticket pops up. You're going to fill out the order ticket. Now, before you do that, here's what I want to do. I want to make sure we've got a good-looking picture of the Australian, right? This is a picture of the Great British Pound. Let me get a picture of the Australian here. All right, there it is. That's the Australian dollar on the 5-minute chart. So if that's the currency we're going to step in and buy, all we've got to do, right, is fill out our order ticket. We're going to buy $100,000 worth, right, of the Australian. And as soon as I hit submit, right, different things start to happen. Watch this. I hit submit. All of a sudden, my order is executed. Took me 1 second, okay? I've got it right here. There's my one lot of currency. I paid my spread, my little toll to get into the position, and look down here. See this little triangle? That shows exactly where I've gotten into the market, okay? So you've just done your first currency trade, and it is absolutely that simple. All right, all you have to do to get that trading platform is go to the website for the broker that you're going to trade with. You click on open an account, right? Open an account. You fill out some very basic information, right? You can do this in about 5 minutes. So every one of you, all right, if you don't have a Forex account already, when we're done, do this, all right? Just open an account, okay? You can do it with this group, Oanda. You can open an account with, let's see, who else is there? Forex.com. Check this out, okay? It's another group. Worldwide, right? Doesn't matter where you are. You're in Australia, you're in the UK, you're in the US or Canada. You can open an account with any of the groups that I'm showing you, right? It's just as simple as clicking on open an account, right? Open a Forex trading account. What do? Same thing, basic information, and then they'll send you the download link. Okay, and here's one more that I'll show you just for the heck of it so you have some good choice. FXCM, okay? New York Stock Exchange listed, open an account. Now, what does this say? This says practice account. Now, watch this, okay? If I click on practice account, they're going to ask me for the same basic information, all right? They're going to send me a download link for their trading platform. But in a practice account, all right, I don't have to put any money in it. They're going to do that for me. They're going to put in $50,000 worth of play money, if you will, for you to go ahead and trade, right, while you're learning this. In other words, you're not going to have any money at risk while you learn your mechanics. You're still going to have, right, a real-time picture of what's going on. Everything is real, right? The prices are real, the graphs are real, the timing is real. All right, the only thing that's not real in this case is the money part, but that'll still give you a chance to get your muscle memory down so that when you do go live, you're not like fumbling around for the right button to push. Okay, so with that in mind, I know you can handle that part. So now let's go ahead and figure out just what it is you did. You bought one lot of the Australian dollar, okay? In that trade, you had $2,000 of your money. The broker matched it 50 to 1. That's a $100,000 position. Now, let's just say your trade works out. Let's say your trade works out and it goes to your advantage while you're in it. All right, let's say it goes up by 60 pips. There they are, third and fourth decimal place. Well, what does it mean? It means, okay, you stand to make a pretty good buck with this trade. Well, how much? Just do the math. One lot times 60 pips on your $2,000 investment, you're looking to make in $600, right? What's the biggest point I need to make here? It's those pips. How much are they worth? Same thing. Just do the math, okay? If you're up $600 and it took you 60 pips to do it, it means each of those pips is worth $10. Okay, jot that down. Each pip is worth $10. okay? Now, at this point, a lot of times people say to me, Joe, you seminar guys are all the same. You put a big number up on the screen. Wow, $600 on 2,000, right? And we're all supposed to be very impressed. And I got it, right? What you're wondering is how often that happens. Listen, it happens in every one of those currencies every single day. And it's not just 60 pips, okay? It's a lot more than that. This is what the opportunity is on average. Every day in the euro, it's 135 pips, right? Double what I just showed you. Same thing on the pound and the Australian all the way down the page. What am I trying to tell you? You don't have to get all of these to make serious money. Okay, you don't even have to get one of these. If you get half of one, you're making serious money. $600, right? 5 days a week is $3,000. That's $150,000 a year. That's serious money. Okay, and even if you're new, let's say you're new and you can only get a half of that, right? Out of all these pips, you can maybe get 30. Fine. That's still $300 a day, and I think for most of you, you'd probably take it. So let me keep going with this with you, because if I can show you how to do that, then this is worth your time. All right, and just know something, okay? Nobody wants to throw darts at a board. Nobody wants to throw spaghetti at the wall and hope that it sticks. What you want to make sure of is that none of this is guesswork, all right? And in every case, with everything that we do here, not a bit of it is, all right? We follow a plan. Now, what's the simplest plan look like? Well, this Peter Cook, right, spells out the plan. He spelled it out in a nice note that he sent to us. I'm going to just show you exactly what he did. Especially for new people, you want to listen to this part, okay? The fact of the matter is, he followed a game plan. It was a pretty easy one. He bought his currency, right? Then he set a stop and a limit and left it alone. Now, where did this trade come from? He's working with Josh, right? Jot down the name, Josh Martinez. I'll introduce him in a little bit. Fact is, he's one of the traders that's here. He's trading the formula that I'm going to show you, okay? What Peter's doing is saying, look, I'm new at this formula thing, but this guy knows it. Let me just go ahead and mirror and match what it is that he's showing me, okay? So I can give you a fundamental idea of how we put all this together, okay? And what does he say? Okay, I followed Josh's lead. I bought my currency. First thing I did was protect my downside. Why? Well, in case the trade doesn't work out, all right? What you want to do is make sure that if your trade doesn't work out, you got a floor built underneath it. So if it does go down, you don't fall off of a cliff. Now, in this particular case, what did he do? He set his stop at 10 pips. Jot that down too. Set his stop at 10 pips. So now he's protected. Now he doesn't have sweaty palms. Now he can trade with a little bit of a clear mind. But here's what else he does. He sets an order above the market, right, what we call a target or a limit order, that says, look, if I'm going to protect my downside and get out automatically, right, so I don't lose my account, well, I also want to protect my upside, so I also, when the profit shows up, get out automatically so I don't lose my profit. And once he does that, gang, he's done. Okay, once he does that, he's going to be able to have the courage just to leave this alone and go do something else. He's not going to sit there and stare at the screen, right, because only one of two things will happen. It's either going to go up or down. And when I tell that to people, it sounds so simple, but they put themselves through so much of what I call trading stress. Look, you can make all the money in the world, but if all your hair falls out, right, if you're sitting there on razor's edge all the time, you're snapping at your kids, you're whipping the dog with a newspaper, none of this is worth your time. Okay? You need to be able to trade in a way that makes sense, where you can make money at it and relax. All right? Because at the end of the day, that's more important. Your mental health is more important than any amount of money. And if you agree with that, type yes in the chat box. Okay? What I'm trying to show you here is this is going to save your mental health. And I'll show it to you live in the market in a second. You agree with what I just said? All right? We don't want to drive ourselves nuts. Most of us are driving ourselves nuts. What? Looking for the thing that works. Okay? I'm going to show you this in a few steps. But at the end of the day, all right, when you have an aha moment, that's when you can give yourself the privilege of being able to relax. Right, Dean? Right, Lance? Right, Janet? Good. Good. Perfect. All right. What happened here? Well, one of two things. And, of course, I'm doing a presentation, so I'm going to show you the good thing that happened. Right? It went up to his limit. What happened to him? He made himself $800. Okay? He risked 10 to make 10 pips, right, to make 800 bucks. And that made perfect sense to him. And guess what? That's going to make perfect sense to you when you do it properly, when you see it properly. You see this? We're up 40 bucks. Lucky us, right? We're making money. You don't even know what you're doing yet, okay? But here's what I need you to understand. I can't relax on this trade because down here, all of this is risk. what do I need to do with this trade so I can relax on it and just set it aside? I got to build a floor underneath it. What else do I need to do? Well, I got to have a target, right? Or else I got to babysit the thing. So what am I going to do, gang, to make this real easy? I'm going to click on my trade, okay? It's going to bring up another order ticket. All I'm going to do is click modify, all right? I'm going to come down here to this button that says stop loss, and I'm going to protect my downside. Now, this says we got in at 74.83. Well, I'm going to go ahead and protect my downside, okay? This filled it out automatically at 74.76. Let's leave it right there. Well, we'll risk 7 pips, okay? Now, where do we want to go with this trade? Well, if we're going to be together for an hour, all right, I don't think it's so bad to say, let's make $150. So in this case, 74.98 would be that price. Watch what happens. All I got to do is click submit. As soon as I do, my floor and my ceiling have been added automatically. Okay, there it is. We go up to the ceiling, I'll be out. We go down to the floor, I'll be out. There's nothing left to do. Now, if I don't like where those are, right, I can move them just by clicking on them. I don't have to become some kind of order entry expert. All I've got to do is click on the line and move it up or down. Automatically, what will happen? Boom. It'll modify that trade for me. So there's no fancy stuff. There's no, oh, gee, I left an order open. There's no mistakes when you got a system that works as clean as this. Now, I might want to push this up just a pinch higher, right, down to up to here, just because. But I think we might be able to make $150 while we're together, and I think that'd be kind of fun. But I can put this aside now because I know that I'm protected. So if you can handle that, you're cooking with gas. Now I just got to teach you the formula. All right, and what I'm going to tell you is this, all right, there's one last thing I'm going to show you that you need to know before you get in, so you can put this together for yourself, all right, it's those pips. If you got $2,000, you'll be able to trade lots. You get 50 to 1 leverage, each pip is worth 10. However, if you want to start a little smaller, okay, how about this? You can trade with $200. The difference is you're not going to trade lots. You're going to trade something called mini lots. Write that down. You're still going to get 50 to 1 leverage, mind you. All right? But this gives you a chance to get started by dipping your toe in the water, trading a small position. And each of the pips will be worth $1. Okay? What's the point? Everybody here has $200. All right? And if I can show you, like I said earlier, how to make $30,000, you might as well just hang out and listen to that part. Can I do that starting with $200? You bet you can. All right? Just remember this screen as I go through this, because you're going to have to do the math when it comes to the pips yourself. I'll keep talking in terms of pips. Okay? Now with that, let's go. Let me teach you this formula. And I'm going to use the ultimate charting software that's right here. Okay? This is our proprietary tool. This is the thing that we've got $1 million worth of investment in. This is going to go on your desk when we're done today. I'll give you a download link for it. You can try it out, test it out for 60 days, see if it works. Okay? But what I'm going to show you is how the buttons work with this. I'm going to use the euro on the 1-month chart. Okay? Now, anytime you're going to be trading the Forex, what do you need to know? You need to know which way the market's going, when to get in, when to get out. Perfect. All right? You need to know that stuff. The one thing that you need to know fundamentally is this. The Forex market's going to do the same things over and over and over again. And these markets develop patterns. And we read those patterns using charts like this. We call them candlesticks. All right? The blue and white things on here, white ones, market's going up, blue ones, market's going down. You've seen that before. Okay? You've also seen that the market never goes straight up or down, right? It moves in waves. Sometimes it's going up, sometimes it's going down, right? And you got patterns on the screen. I want to isolate one right now. I want to isolate a pattern that I'm going to call ABCD. Write that in your notes. ABCD, where the market goes from a low price to a high price, right? Then it kind of runs out of gas and pulls back to a low price, and then it moves to a high price, okay? ABCD. Here is my question for you, all right? I want you to type your answer in the chat box on this. Listen carefully. If there was a tool that I could use, okay, on my charts, that could measure the amount of energy in the market, that carried it from point A to point B, okay, and that same tool could measure the amount of energy building up in the market from point B to point C, so that this tool could tell us not just which way the market was going next, but how far. Do you think that would be a valuable tool? Normally I get silenced when I ask that the first time. Let me ask it again. If there was a tool that could measure the amount of energy in the market that took it from A to B. And it could also measure the amount of energy building up in the market from B to C, so that it could tell us before it happened, not just which way the market was going next, but also how far. Do you think that would be a valuable tool? Put your answer in the chat box if you don't mind, right? And it's not a trick question. What's he asking? If we could see the future, would that help? I guess. Maybe that is what I'm asking. But go ahead and type your answer to that. You think that would be a valuable tool? Brad's already seen it, right? Brad knows it. David, Gary, Ronald. Okay. Of course it would be valuable. Well, guess what? There is such a tool. It's called the Fibonacci sequence. And I really need you to write that down. Fibonacci sequence, otherwise known as the Fibonacci golden ratio, right? Fibonacci. Who the heck is that? Italian mathematician. Okay? Write down the spelling. You can Google him when we're done. Read up on Fibonacci. His stuff is fascinating. All right? For what you need to know, Fibonacci developed a number sequence that can be used to measure everything in nature. And when I say everything, I mean everything. This mathematical number sequence can actually be used to measure crazy things, like the number of scales on a fish, right? The number of petals on a flower. It's used to measure the human body, okay? How tall you are, the length of your arms and legs. All of that stuff is the Fibonacci sequence, right? It applies to every living thing, and it's all about patterns and energy. Well, what we understood here was that the Forex market is all patterns and energy. So if we can apply this Fibonacci thing here, okay, to the Forex market, that could be the key. That was the essence of our thought process. That could be the catalyst to making money. Okay, now a lot of different markets, you try and apply the Fibonacci sequence, but in the currency market, you have to understand, it's always about a relationship between countries, between currencies, between people. And that's all about nature. And when you see how it works, it's going to dazzle you. Watch this, okay? All you're going to need to do in this program is let it do most of the work for you, okay? All you're going to need to be able to do is identify low prices and high prices, okay? When you do that, let's just call them A and B. All you're going to need to do is be able to click and drag, okay, a line between the low price and the high price. When you do, using this software, automatically what's going to appear on the screen, right, is what looks like a step ladder, all right? It's color-coded. That's the Fibonacci sequence, okay? All you need to do is draw a line, and this is going to appear automatically. Now, you can see where the market's gone from A to B, okay? And then as soon as it gets up to B, what happens? It runs out of steam, right? It loses a little bit of that momentum, and the market ends up pulling back. It pulls back down here before what? It sort of bounces up again. It makes a U-turn, okay? And you can see that. It just looks like the shape of the letter U, okay? Well, we're going to call that point C. Now, I want you to notice something. You see the lowest point right here, right? The lowest point of that U-turn? You see how it lines up with this red line here? It lines up with one of those numbers in the Fibonacci sequence. Well, that's what we call a Fibonacci energy level, all right? I call it a trampoline. Here's why. Because here's what I know. Because I know this works. Okay, I know that the market is going to bounce. Not only do I know that it's going to bounce up, but I also know how far. What do you mean? Well, I know that it's going up here to this red level. Now, how do I know that? Well, I know that because it's color-coded, all right? I understand that if I bounce off one of these red trampolines, I'm bouncing up to this red level. It's color-coded. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, no. How do you know it's going up? All right, I got it. That's the first question that I had too. Just hang on to that question. Let me at least show you first how it works. Then I'll show you that it does. Okay? All right? And functionally, what you need to know is this. Okay? It's possible that after the market got to letter B, it's possible that it changed directions and it actually dipped down further. Right? Had it dipped down not to this level, right, but had it dipped down to this level here, what I would understand at that point is that the low price lined up with this blue trampoline, which means what? Market's going up. It's going to bounce off of that level, but it's not going quite as high. It's only going to come up here to this blue level. Same thing if it dipped even further. If it went down to the green trampoline, it would bounce up here to this green level. So red to red, blue to blue, green to green. That's how this Fibonacci stepladder, this set of trampolines works, okay? Now, what do you need to know? What actually happened, right? The market dipped down to this point, and what I understand, because I know that this works, is that the market's going up. Okay, it's going to bounce up here to this future D, this future price, right? It hasn't happened yet. So what I understand from that is that this area right here represents my profit opportunity. Hasn't happened yet, but it's going. And if my current price is 127 and my future price is right here, 160, right? That's a difference, gang, of 3,300 pips. Now, pip is $10. That's $33,000. The first time I saw this, you know what I said? Go ahead and show it to me. Why wouldn't I want to listen to that, right? If someone's telling me that I have even a shot at turning $2,000 into 33,000, I at least have to hear them out. My stock people want to make 6% for their clients, right? This is a little more than that. So I had to see it. And when I saw it revealed, that's when it hit me, okay? Because what happened is this. The market went up, right? So that was the direction. But not only did it go up, it went up to that Fibonacci level exactly. And once it got there, gang, look what happened. The candlesticks changed color, went from white to blue. It changed direction as soon as it hit that Fibonacci level. Okay, the sequence was completed, A, B, C, D, and now we change direction. Why? Because we start another sequence. And if you understand, okay, that this A, B, C, D thing happens, and it happens over and over and over again. All right, and it doesn't just happen in the euro, it happens in all the currencies and in all the time frames. I'm going to show that to you also. All right, you're going to understand very quickly that in the Forex market, using Fibonacci's, this whole thing is measurable and it's repeatable, but the most important thing is that it's predictable. Okay, when I show this to you, you're going to understand why. All right, we've been doing this 22 years. All right, it's because this thing works, and we're going to go live doing it. Okay, we'll go live in the market right now. I'm going to show you the formula. Write this down. A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3. All right, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to show you 3 charts. And if you can keep up with me, all right, you're going to have this in your back pocket. I'm going to show you the monthly chart. That's going to give us our direction. We have to know which way the market is going. Okay, I've got to do the daily chart to confirm that so I have low risk when it comes to my trade. And then I've got to have a trigger chart. Right, my trigger chart is going to be my 2-hour. That's where I'm going to buy or sell. So monthly, daily, or 2-hour. Okay, jot that down. I'm going to bring up the chart. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to take a quick sip of water, make sure you're all caught up. Let me check in with you and make sure you're ready to go. If you're ready to go live, just type the word go in the chat box so we can keep moving because I am running low on time. Ready? 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 Ralph, I see your question. Where's the precise placement of A? I'll show it to you without a doubt. Go, Ryan, Kyler, Sam, Tom, Dave, Ron, Abbas, Ralph, Brad. Let's go. All right, 3 charts I told you. All right, and we're going to do 3 trades. I'm going to show you the euro, then I'll show you the Australian, then I'm going to show you all the pound pairs. Okay, the pound's where the action is, so I got to show you that. So hang with me. First and foremost, we're going to do the euro. All right, we'll look at the 1 month. What do I need on my 1 month chart? I've got to find my direction. All right, I've got to find my direction. Here's what I'm going to do, though, to help you. I'm going to go back in time just for a minute because I got to sort of bring this point home for you. Okay, I'm going to show you the euro. I'm going to go back 20 years. Why is he doing that? You'll see. All right, when you see a chart on any currency, you're going to get used to identifying low prices and high prices. All right, here's a high price. I'm going to call it A, okay? Here's a low price. I'm going to call that B. Perfect, okay? Anytime you're looking at charts anymore, I want you getting used to looking for U-turns also. What's a U-turn? Looks like the letter U. There's a U-turn right there, okay? Here's a U-turn right here. See this shaped like the letter U? Here's another one right here. Well, that doesn't look like a U. No, it is, but it's inverted, okay? You're going to get used to looking for U-turns. There's a high price A. There's a low price B. All you need to do to make this work is this. Watch this. Come up here to this set of bars, this icon. Click on it, it drops a menu. This says MTI Fibonacci retracement. Just click on it, a little pen shows up. Okay? All I want you to do, gang, is bring your pen over to where the high price is and the low price and bring them together. Automatically, you see those Fibonacci sequence numbers appear on your screen. Okay, just connect the 2 prices. There it is. Now, what do you see? you see the market has come down to this level, but right here it's changed direction. All right, it ran out of gas to the downside. Now it's moving to the upside, and it actually reaches a peak right here, right? So I'm going to call that letter C. This high price is going to be letter C. Before what happens, it U-turns to the downside. Now here's what you need to know, okay? If that's my letter C, right, and this thing works, if this thing works and holds water, what I notice is I've reached that high price letter C right here at this red trampoline, okay? Now if this works, what do I understand? I understand that the market's going to bounce off of this trampoline and head down towards letter D, right? But it hasn't happened yet, okay? It's going to head down towards letter D, and it's going to match up with, all right, this, hold on, red trampoline right here, way down here, okay? Red to red. Red comes down to red, which means what? It means this area here represents my profit opportunity. Now you're looking at this saying, well, if that's the case, where are you now? Well, I'm at $1.05. All right, let's call it $1.590. All right, let me make a note of that. Euro US dollar, I'm at 105.90. This is telling me that I'm headed down to 83.17, okay? 83.17, 0.8317. Well, that's going to be a difference of, let me do my calculation here. I'll bring up my calculator, all right? 105.90 minus 83.17, right? That's 2,273 pips, okay? 2,273 pips. So on a one-lot trade, that would be $22,730 on a $2,000 investment, right? First time I saw this, you know what I said? Just show it to me, right? Show me that. Show me that that even could work. So when you go forward in time, what do you notice? You notice that, right, the market doesn't go straight down or straight up. It never does. But it maintains its downward trajectory, okay? Lower highs, lower lows, you're all familiar with that. And what happens? It continues to move down until when? Until it makes this U-turn right here. All right, you all can see this U-turn right here. That's what you've been looking for. Well, gang, that's an inflection point. All right, hold on. Let me bring it back. Sorry about that. I'm getting a little excited. All right, that's an inflection point right here. So the market's U-turned. It's come down to this level right here. Well, if that's where the U-turn happened, I've got to give that a point as well. All right, I've got A, B, C. Guess what? That's D. That's where this sequence has ended and a new one has begun. What I really need you to see, though, is this. Look where the sequence ended. Right here at the Fibonacci level. Right here, exactly where the Fibonacci sequence predicted it was going to go. So in other words, if I had identified this U-turn and put the Fibonacci's on, right, I made myself $22,000. First time I saw this, I said, do it again. Just do it again. Just show it to me again, because if that works, okay, I found it. That's all I wanted, was to see that this could happen, not one time, but it could happen repeatedly, okay? And that's exactly what I got shown. I'm going to show it to you right now. Okay, the old sequence just came to an end, A, B, C, D. But when it comes to energy, now listen, there's no breaks in energy. Energy is continuous. What does it mean? It means where the old sequence ends, a new one begins without breaking. And when we go forward in time, all right, that's our low price. What are we looking for? Well, we're going to look for another U-turn. And there it is. There's the high price. All we got to do is pop a B on it, right? There it is. That's A to B. Once I find that, okay, I draw my Fibonacci's again. I click on it, I draw from A to B. My Fibonacci bands appear. They're the same thing, okay? They're the same colors, but the fact of the matter is, now I've got to find C. I've got to find where the market U-turns so I can see which one of these trampolines I'm going to be bouncing off of. And I see that the market comes down to here before what? It makes a U-turn. So what do I know? I know that the market has come down here, right, to this level. This is letter C. It lines up with the green trampoline, okay, which means what? Well, I know from this point the market's going up. Where's it going? To this green line. How do you know? Because I know this works. Just stay with me, okay? You need to see it a couple times. I get it, all right? Where is my price? Well, my current price on this is about 91. What's this price? 98.40. That's 740 pips. Okay, that's $7,000. And I know what you're thinking. Just bring it forward in time and show it to me. Okay, what happens? Right? Never goes straight up or straight down. Right? What ended up happening? The market maintained its upward trajectory. Right? This is a higher low. Right? This is a higher high. Okay, and what ended up happening? Market went right to that green trampoline, A, B, C, D, and as soon as it did, changed direction again. Okay, why? Because yet another sequence was fulfilled. So now what do? I just keep doing the same things over and over again. Okay, here, what do I have? I've got a U-turn right here, got a low and a high. All I'm going to do, hold on, is draw another set of Fibonacci's, right? Low price to high price. What do I see? I see the market dip down here to this red trampoline, right? What does it mean? It means we're going up to this red trampoline. Does that really work? Well, there it is again. Okay, when it gets to that level, changes direction again. And it continues and it continues and it continues. And when you see how often it continues, that's what's going to get your attention. All right? Now, I need to make this easy for you. I need to make this easy for you to use. Let me show you how I'm going to do it. I'm going to clean this up right now. Okay? I'm going to clean all this up right this second. And I see your questions. Just hang with me. I've anticipated a bunch of that. All right? I want you to understand that when you get this on your desk, there's a tool built into this that's actually going to do all of this for you. You don't have to be an expert in finding the A and the B. All you need to do is go up here to this thing here. It looks like our logo. When you click on that, at the very top, this thing says Smart Fibonacci. Okay? I call it the Auto Fibs. Now look, when I click on that, that little pen appears. But I don't have to draw any lines. I just have to come down to the lowest price and click on it, and the lines are drawn for me. So you'll be able to see, right, how many times in a row this sequence works. I did this one, I did this one, I did this one. Look at this one. A, B, dips down to C, right? Red trampoline. Where are we going? We're going to this red trampoline. Lo and behold, we did. And then we changed direction again. Now we've got a new A, B, C, right? This dip down here, again, to this red area. We're bouncing up off of that, and I've identified my U-turn, okay? Where is it that I'm supposedly going if this works? All right, if this works, where am I going? If this is C right here, okay? If this is C, this is A, hold on, low price. This is B, high price. I've come down to C and U-turned. Where is it that I'm supposedly going, right? I'm supposedly going up here to 154. I'm at 128, okay? I'm at 127, 128. Let's see exactly where I am. Hold on. All right, let's call it 128, okay? Well, that means the difference between this and that is 2,600 pips. That's $26,000. Now, I've got a question for you, all right? I see your questions. Hold on. Edward, just hang with me, all right? I've got a question for you. I've just shown you that this worked consecutively on this currency from 1994 up until 2006. So I've given you 12 years worth of this works, okay? Now, you didn't take advantage of it the first time because you were just learning it. The second time, you're like, let me see it again. There's the third time. Here we are the fifth time with 12 years behind it. My question for you is this. At this point, would you take a flyer on $2,000 to make 25 grand, right? Would you risk 200 bucks to make 2,500? Now that you've seen it work 12 years in a row, is this when you would step in to give it a shot? What do you think? If you would, type yes in the chat box. Because yes, I'm having a little fun with you. I know you're more sophisticated than this, all right? But I'm having a little bit of fun with you for a reason. Don't make trading so darn complicated. Have a little fun with it, for heaven's sake, right? Would you risk to, right? Yeah, 1994 is where I started my example. See this? It's a monthly chart. Now I'm in 2006. So I've shown this to you now 12 consecutive years of this working, A, B, C, D. Okay? Yes, now you see it. Okay, would you risk it? Because if you did, right, what happens? We go right to that point. You're now 25,000 richer for having taken that risk, right? And then what happens? The market changes direction again. All right? It's absolutely awesome. And this is usually where the light bulb comes on for everybody. Okay, and I didn't do this by accident. I showed this back to 1994 for a reason, because that's when we got started. That's when we discovered this formula, right? This is what we've been teaching, showing, trading live for the last 22 years. So now it's just a matter of you saying, okay, how do I do this now to go make some money with it? All right, let's do it now. All right, now that you've got this part, now we can use the chart. Now you know what you're doing. And we've got to find our monthly direction. Which way are we going? Most people, especially people that I start with who aren't Fibonacci, right, involved, would look at this and say, that's easy. Just draw a trend line. If you're going to find your direction, draw a trend line. Well, you got lower highs, lower lows. Your direction is down. Wrong. My trend is down. My direction isn't based on the trend. It's based on the energy. And what you need to understand is it's the energy that's going to determine your direction, not your trend. Okay? And does this continue to work even though my trend is down? Of course, right? All I got to do is draw a couple of fibs, right? You can see it. A, B, C comes up to the blue line. Where does it end up? Right at the blue line. Not a mistake, right? Draw some auto fibs if you want to. Stick those on here. Just look for the highest price that fills them out automatically. All right? I'm showing you what you're going to be doing when you have this at home. But this is going to give you your clarity. All right? What's happened? Here's my current energy. I've got a low price, a high price, and a low price. A to B. What am I doing right now? I'm U-turning. Okay? I'm in this U-turn, and I'm searching for C. I haven't found it yet. Okay, when do I get to C? When it reaches one of these Fibonacci trampolines. All right, could it be going to the first one? Sure. Second one? Sure. My guess, probably going to the third one. Why? Because that lines up with the trend line also. All right, but regardless of what I think is going to happen, what I know is happening is this market is searching for C. This market is searching for C, and it's up here, which means my direction is up. And if you understood that, please type up in the chat box. Up. Please type up in the chat box. If you understood how I found my monthly direction. Because now I can take you to go make some money with this. Okay, up, up, perfect, up, good, good for you. Up, 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 good. When you trade mini lots, you still pay the full 1 to 3 pip spread. Yes, but it's only $1, right? Mini lots, pips are $1. Standard lots, pips are 10. Okay? Up. Juan, Mike, Clara, Gary, Ryan, Brad, good, Kyler. All right. Keep going. Done. Let's keep going. Here we go. Second chart, my day chart. This is what I'm going to use for what? My confirmation. All right? I've already figured my direction is up. But now I have to confirm that I'm going the right way and there's an opportunity here. All right? So I'm going to use my daily for confirmation. What am I going to do? You're going to learn how to do this if you don't know how to, but you're going to start bringing your charts alive, okay? I'm going to do it by drawing a trend line. Drop down this menu, click on trend line, and all I'm going to do is draw a good one right here on my chart. Starting at this very far off point, I'm going to draw me a good trend line. Now, what makes that a good trend line? Let me show you, okay? It's good because it's reliable, all right? You'll notice that every time this currency approached this trend line, for the better part of a couple of years, okay, it acted like a ceiling. See that? Acted like a ceiling. Acted like a ceiling right up into here, okay? Until when? Until right here where I circled it. We broke through the ceiling. Now what? Well, now that same trend line, without moving it, is acting like a floor, okay? Acting like a floor. And what we've done right here at the end is we've bounced up off the floor. And now what? Well, the first thing you need to know is this. We've broken from the sell zone into the buy zone, okay? This side of this trend line, sell zone. Every time we hit it, right, we were short. Every time we hit it, we got short. Now we're in the buy zone, okay? So what I've just done is I've confirmed my direction on the daily chart. I'm in the buy zone. We're going up. So now what? Well, now I need to find my money. All right, how much is this thing worth? I'm also going to use the daily chart for dollars. Write that down, daily for dollars. Okay, how am I going to find them? I'll show you. Let me come forward in time, and this will automatically sort of magnify. Now watch what I do. Okay, you want to see me bring this alive? Watch this. All I'm going to do is do my auto fibs. So you see that it's filled out automatically. Just find my lowest price, Boom. Okay? The Fibonacci's work on the day chart also. Want to see what I mean? Look at this. Look, look, look. Come all the way back to this one. What do you got? You got A to B, right? Came down to what? All the way down here to this red trampoline, and then you made a U-turn. See that? Nice U-turn. Where are we going? Well, if we bounce off of red, we're going to red, right? So watch over here. This is the price we're looking for. And guess what? We went right to that red level, and as soon as we got there, as soon as we found D, A, B, C, D, we changed direction. We bring energy forward again. Now we got a new A and a new B, okay? We come down again. That's a pretty big dip. All the way down to this blue trampoline. Make a U-turn. Where are we going? Blue to blue. If this holds water, right, and I'm at 110, this is 115, that's $5,000, right? If that Fibonacci thing works, guess what? We come right to that level, and as soon as we do, we change direction again. It's absolutely awesome. Gang, if this is something you haven't done, you have to do this. Well, I've tried that in the stock market. It doesn't work in the stock market as well as it works here. It works here on every currency in every time frame, okay? You have I'm telling you, when it comes to applicability, this is the market where this works. Other markets, you have to sort of shoehorn this, all right, to try and make it work and get, no, this works, all right? And what ends up happening? Now we're on a new, right, AB. We make a U-turn, but wait a minute. Whoa, we had that Brexit thing. Right. That Brexit thing that everybody is getting so excited about is just another bar on our chart. And no surprise, it came right down to an energy level before it bounced. Now what are we doing? We're bouncing off of that green level, and we're headed this way. Okay? Green level, and we're headed this way. Well, what's our price? 110. Where are we going? 117.59, which means what? This is a difference of 700 pips, or $7,000. Okay? If you could use 7 grand, say me. Type me in the chat box. Another one of my I'm just having fun with you questions. Can you use $7,000? If you can, say me, and I'm going to show you how to get it. Me, 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 me. All right, Mike, Ryan, Gary, Kyler, right? I'm going to show you how to get it right here. 2-hour chart. You ready? Here's what we're going to look for. You've done A, B, C. Okay? Now it's time to do 1, 2, 3. On the 2-hour chart, you're looking for the right time to buy, correct? You're going to do what's called a 1, 2, 3 buy. I'll explain exactly what it is you're looking for. All right? Anytime you're looking to buy a currency that's got an upward, right? An upward trend, okay? An upward energy, right? That means it's valuable and it's gaining value. But you don't want to buy it at a high price. You want to buy it at a low price. Buy low, okay? How do you find a low price? It's very easy when you use the candlesticks. All I call this is finding the currency at a discount, okay? It's a valuable currency. It's like a Michael Kors handbag. It's valuable, but you don't mind buying it on sale, okay? How do you find a sale on a currency? You look for a bunch of those candlesticks, right, shooting in the downward direction. And I want to see a steep move down, all right, a sharp move down, 4, 5, 6 of those blue candles bunched together. I want to see as my first of those 1, 2, 3 criteria, a strong move down. Then what do I want? Then I want to see the candles change color. I want to see the candles stop going down, and in fact, I want to see them start going up. What am I looking for? The candles to go from blue to white, and more important, I want the white one to be above the one in front of it. I want the white one to peek out above the one in front of it. That's called an engulfing candle. You probably heard of that too. So I want them to go from blue to white, and I want the white one to peek above the blue. Okay? The way I say this, especially to new people, is this is like an elevator. It's come down to meet me. Okay, I push the button. Come on down here to meet me. But I don't want to get on the elevator at the bottom floor. Okay, I don't want to get in on the bottom floor. I want to wait for the elevator to start coming back up to pick me up. Maybe on the second floor, the third floor, on its way back to the upside. All right, So that's the way that I say this. Now, what's the third step? Pay close attention. I've got to move fast because we are almost done. All right? I want to add one indicator to my chart. That indicator is going to be my third step. It's going to tell me exactly when it's time to buy. Okay? I'm going to come over here to this folder of indicators. You'll do this as soon as you get this on your desk at home. I'm going to click on the folder. There's 100 indicators in here. All right? I want you to concentrate. If you're new at the Forex, great. I only want you to concentrate on one. I'm going to keep it simple. It's called the stochastic RSI, right? A bunch of you are probably nodding your head because you know the stochastic works, right? When you click on that and you click on OK, it's going to be added as a study down here at the bottom of your chart. The one thing I want you to do, though, before you click OK is this. Make sure you click these two boxes that say overbought and oversold. Overbought and oversold. Okay? Write that in your notes, then you click OK. When that study is added to the bottom of your chart, let me refresh it here for a second. Hold on, there it is, there it is. All right, 2 hour, great. Now this study has been added. Here's what you need to know. The stochastic measures the buying and selling pressure in your currency. Okay? Anytime it's above 80, okay, above this little line right here, the currency is overbought and it's time to sell. So anytime that squiggly line is above 80, that's your sell zone. Anytime it's below 20, right, you see the squigglies down here, that's going to be a currency that's oversold. It's time to buy. That's your buy zone. All right? And guess what? That's going to be your third criteria. You need to see that this currency is in the buy zone, and at that point, you'll have all three criteria. Okay? First one, strong move down. Second one, candles change from white, blue to white, and the white one peaks above the blue one. Third step, stochastic is in the buy zone. Guess what? It's time to buy. How do I know that works? Well, let's just take a look back here for a second, right? The last time I had this, right, strong move down, okay, strong move down, candle change color, white over blue, stochastic in the buy zone. The last time this happened, not only was that where I bought the currency, but I had almost immediately white candles behind it. Meaning what? I was in profit almost immediately. And the beauty of this was I was never, right, below my stop price. It gave me an opportunity immediately to make this, right, from here to here. What was that? About 70 pips, okay, in about a day and a half. Now, that's not all the money in the world. If I'm trading one lot, it's $700. But that makes a good day's worth of trading. So if you can do that, right, and that looks pretty good, well, how about we get into this position here? Now, where do you set your stop? That's always a good question to ask. I set mine right here at the low point of this U-turn, right at the ground floor. So if my current price on this is 111.18 and my stop is at 110.96, I'm risking 22 pips. 22 pips. Let's do this as a mini lot, all right? How many of you would risk $22 to find out if this worked? If you would, type yes. Would you risk $22 to find out if this worked? Because I can show it to you, but you're going to have to do it. That's why I'm asking you this way. You're going to be taking some measure of risk. You can do it in a practice account so that you know this is working and so forth, okay? But you got to have this mindset of understanding. This is about a carton of cigarettes and a scratch-off ticket at 7-Eleven, okay, to find out if you can make yourself a couple thousand pips. I think that's worth it. Good for you. What happens? I end up almost immediately in profits. Another opportunity to make some money. Well, that doesn't look like much. Well, how much is it, right? How much is that? Well, that one is 50 pips, okay? So you took the risk to see if it worked, and you just found out that it did again. Now, is it going to run forever? No, right? I love people that complain with me. Well, that doesn't look like I'm making all that much. Keyword is making, all right? Look for the next one. If you didn't do the first couple, how about this one, right? There's a strong move down. Here's my candles changing color. This one peaks out above this one. My stochastics are in the buy zone. And the nice part is, gang, when you learn how to manage your trades, fun stuff starts to happen pretty quickly, okay? That's a good-looking trade. And on this one in particular, you can turn that into a no-risk trade, right, by, as soon as you're in profits, raising your stop to where you bought it. You see what I mean? Then you can let the thing run for as long as you want. We'll talk about managing money in a little while, right? As long as you're protected, you're in good shape. Well, I missed that one too. Find the next one, all right? Missed that one too? Well, now you're going to be frustrated, because when things start to happen quickly, you got to at least take a position, okay? This is a great looking trade. How about this, right? 247 pips in 2 days. That was the last time we did non-farm payrolls. Write that down, because that's coming up again Friday, okay? And I want you to get one of these, but you got to learn how to do this first. Now, does it work every time? Nope. What do you mean? I thought it was a formula. Come on, you know better than that, right? Does it work every single time? Of course not, right? You see this one? Look, I'll bring it back to that one for a second. All right, we'll blow this up, because it's obvious that this was, right, a strong move down. This is obvious that the candles changed color. Hold on. You can see it right there. Candles changed color, and look, stochastic was in the buy zone. Did that one work? Heck no, right? The first 4 did. This one was a dud. So you had your stop right here. Did you end up getting beat? Yep. So what do? You call Joe and you tell him that his formula doesn't work. Wrong. You wait for the next entry, okay? Because it shows up, and guess what, right? Another opportunity to make some money. Well, I didn't trust it because I didn't like this one. Okay, wait for the next one, right? Another opportunity to make some money. There. Now, what did that one look like? Let's see it. Boom. 80 pips, $800. The more you do this, right, the more you're going to gain confidence in it. I can show this to you. I know that it works. It's one thing for me, though, to show it to you, and it's another thing for you to try it. But over a month's time, including the big move on the Brexit, right, we're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold on, 9, 10 trades, okay, in a month's time. And on this currency, that probably yielded 480 pips. So you can decide if this is something you want to do, but it's not going to take you a whole lot of time to do it. You look on your screen for 1, 2, 3s, okay? You look for 1, 2, 3s, and if you see one, you buy it. Most recent one, I already know, happened Sunday night. How do you know? Because I did this one, okay? What happened? I'm in profits on it now. Is this still a valid trade? Sure, write it down. Euro, US dollar long, okay? Am I that confident? Of course I am, because this is a good-looking trade. This one's worth probably about 50 pips right now, okay? And if you can do that, if you followed that, do me a favor, all right? Because I got to wrap it up. Type ABC123, ABC123. Type that in your chat box so I can keep going. When do you get out? Janice, we can use the fibs on that too, but let me keep going because I'm going to show you an exact example right now. All right, stay with me. All right, ABC123, Ralph, Gary, Janice, Kyler. Okay, what are you going to do when you get this on your desk? You're going to go ahead and download it. You're going to bring it up on your screen. Okay, you're going to look for a currency that you can trade. Now, let me just show you this on the euro so that you understand it works on all the currencies. Okay, and all you're going to do is bring the thing alive. Monthly chart, looking for direction. Okay, let me just go back in time to show you the Fibonacci thing. Look, there's a low price, there's a high price. What happened? We came down to the red trampoline, right? Bounced off of it because there's our U-turn. Where were we expected to go? Red trampoline. Where did we go? Right to the red, right? And then we changed direction. You see that? Red to red, right? So that continues to work and goes forward. And I just had to show that to you for all of you that want to understand that it does work in all directions. Well, now what direction are we going in? Let's find out. Okay, I'm going to draw some fibs right here from my low price to my high price on my Australian dollar. What do I see right now? I see that I've made a U-turn right here at the blue Fibonacci level. Very well defined. Love it. Okay, so where am I going? Well, if I'm going from A, B, C, and I'm bouncing off my blue fib level, and I'm looking for D, my monthly direction is up. See how quickly you did that? And what's my target? 124. Where am I now? 74. So that's a difference of 5,000 pips. So we're looking at 50 grand. Okay, I like that. But don't forget, I do the money part on the daily chart. Okay? What do I need to do on the daily chart? Confirm my upward direction. Am I going up? Let's find out. Bring the chart alive. Okay, draw a trend line on it. You'll be able to do this too, right? Is this a good trend line? Of course it is. Why? because every time it used to act like a ceiling, right? Then we broke through the ceiling right here. Now we're acting like a floor. We've bounced off the floor, so I confirm my direction. Look how quickly you're doing it, and you're getting it, okay? I'm going to come forward in time. I'm going to use my auto fib tool, right? Just look for that lowest price, click on it, right? They're drawn together. You can see all of the consecutive sequences and what's happened. I've come down here to this level, right? Where am I going? Red to red, red to red, okay? I'm bouncing up looking for that red price. It's $79.57. I'm at $74.82. So what's that a difference of? About 450 pips, okay? That's $4,500 on a single lot, or it's $450 on $200 invested, but you get to double your money, triple your money. Let's go get it. What do? We go to the 2-hour chart and we look for 1, 2, 3s. Why? Because they work. You're going to be able to buy, write this down, 1, 2, 3s all the way up to 79. Okay? Does it work? Work there. How about there? Sure. Okay, missed that one. Okay, wait for it to come down. How about there? That's another good one, right? Nice move, right? What about here? Waiting for that elevator to come down and pick me up. There's another good one, all right? This setup, gang, is the difference for most of you in success or failure. This setup, this 1, 2, 3 thing with the stochastic indicator, I'm telling you, is worth every minute of the time you spend with anybody today, okay? Because this works. Do it on the 2-hour chart. Look at this gorgeous move. You got a 1, 2, 3 buy right here, okay? Look at this, and this is not ancient. This is night before last, all right? What did that offer? 100 pips, $1,000. So anybody that says, well, I don't know how to make $1,000. I don't know how to make 3,000 in a week, this sort of thing. Look, I'm showing it to you, all right? Nope, wrong one. Hold on. Delete. Here's another beautiful trade. 200 pips, 100 pips. And even if you set your stop at the very bottom of that movement, right, this was almost a no-risk trade. This was almost a no-risk trade because it never dips below, right, the bottom of that elevator. It's absolutely sensational, all right? And when you understand how well this works and you can make it work for you, I'm telling you, that's when you start to capture the big moves. Okay, I wasn't all that excited about the Brexit because I kind of knew what was going to happen before it happened. What do I mean? Let me just show you the Great British Pound, all right? Let me just show you the Great British Pound using my auto Fibonacci tool. You see this? All right, this drew them automatically. And before the big move in the Brexit, before the big move, okay, what did we have here? A, B, okay? What happened? We had this big rebound up to here, this red line, C, right? And then we U-turned before the Brexit move. Before. Look what happened. If I'm bouncing down from this red trampoline, where am I expected to go? All the way down here to this red one, right? Look what happened. It went right down to it on the Brexit day. In other words, the Fibonacci's predicted the Brexit before it happened. How? Look, if I can show you 20 years of history, okay, I can show you that in that 20 years, we've had presidential elections, we've had typhoons and hurricanes, we've had different prime ministers come and go in different countries, we would have war over here, we had, you understand that? All of that stuff is factored in when I show you 20 years. So it doesn't matter if it's Bush or Obama or Clinton or any of this other nonsense, this just is what it is. And so when you have that ahead of time, all of a sudden, the sky kind of becomes the limit. All right, now where are we on this one? Okay, as we speak, okay, as we speak, you've got opportunity, and I'm going to show you what it is. All right, here's the pound US dollar. Here's my A, B, C, D. Okay, we haven't quite reached our D extension. We're at 129, this is at 127. While we've been talking, this thing's been moving, but you still got almost 200 pips. That's $2,000 to get you started. Okay, what about the pound yen? This is nice, right? A, B, C, red line, D, red line. Okay, it's at 130 now. We're looking at 127. So that's another 300 pips. So that's 500 pips to get you started. And what about this one, right? The pound Australian. Okay, A, B, C, blue line, right? Guess what? This one's done. This one has gone from blue to blue, this one's done. So now we're waiting for the next one. So I apologize that you missed most of this move, but it's the next one I'm so excited about. Pick up 500 pips on these two to get you started. Now you're playing with a little bit of house money for that next big move. Now we're cooking with oil. Why is Joe so excited? Because I know this works, okay? Different people just like you come to Investor Inspiration and they say, I got to find something that works. Jablonski did not just fall off the turnip truck. Okay, and he says it. This is the best class ever. I crushed it my first week. All right, now not everybody's happy. Moretti here was not happy. He even drew the little mad face. And I'm thinking, why is he upset? He only made 1,300 pips. What was he hoping for? He said, look, I was doing that, but it was on mini lots. Okay, so he made $1,300, but he knew that if he was trading standard lots, that was 13 grand. And the fact of the matter is, when you start to think that you can start doing that, that's when this becomes a whole lot of fun. All right, I want you to start making $1,300 out of the gate, of course. All right, but when you can start to lever that a little bit and do it with some confidence and some clarity, man, that's awesome. All right, you're ready to do this. You know what you're doing. All right, you know what the opportunity is. You got 6 different currencies staring right at you. Let's give you an opportunity to go get some of it. All right, first opportunity to trade with us. Write this down. Write this down. Non-Farm Friday. This Friday morning, I need you for an hour. Okay, write this down. My veteran traders will already know what this all means. This coming Friday, there's going to be an announcement in the United States. We're going to announce our employment number, okay? Why is this a big deal? Because it's going to affect every one of those currencies that we've been talking about, all those currencies against the U.S. dollar. We're going to get movement on Friday morning. This market's going to move, okay? What you're going to do is log into our trading room 30 minutes beforehand. We'll give you a username and a password for that so you can come trade with us, all right? This will be your first foray into trading with our group. And I don't care if the number is good or bad. It's not going to matter. All right, we're going to have you set up ahead of time so you have the entry points in either direction. All right, all you're going to have to do is click one time on your trading account. Right, we'll give you the setups in either direction. Number comes out good, boom, we're a buyer. Number comes out bad, boom, we'll be a seller. But we'll end up trading that thing with you all the way through the announcement. And this is what it's going to sound like. This is going to be exactly what it sounds like. This is a recording of the last time we did this, the first Friday of June. All right, I just want you to know, have an expectation of what it is you're going to be doing. So let me go ahead and press play here, because this is going to be your Friday morning.
I'm going to use the fundamental breakout strategy to get me in and get me out. So if we get a bad number, below,
a bad number, here's what we'll do.
151 or below. And 2% buy $0, pound dollar, $0 dollar.
So that's us putting.
So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to have stops or limits. I'm going to allow the fundamental breakout strategy get me in. So if we get a bad number, as long as the bars are green, I'm going to get in. I'm going to stay in until the bars turn red. I'm going to buy, stay in until the bars turn red. If we get a bad number, a good number, I'll come over to this workspace and I'll use the fundamental breakout strategy, paint bars. So I want to see red bars, green, 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 and as long as these 3 are green, I'm going to stay in them until they turn red. As long as this is red, I'll stay in it until it turns green.
In other words, it's set up for you. So when the announcement comes out, you just hit the button, all right? We're going to do this, and I want to see who's serious about this, all right? I can't make it a whole lot better than this. When this comes out, I need you for an hour on Friday, and you're saying, well, how'd you guys do? I mean, it's one thing to show me that is our mechanics. How'd you do? A minute after the announcement, there's the date on the bottom. We had our number. We had our direction. We had these 3 currencies set up in a basket, right? One touch trade. We'll show you how to do that on Friday. All the traders that were in our room entered trades on the euro, the pound, and the New Zealand. Boom. In an hour, they were up 187 pips, all right? Almost $2 grand in an hour. And we pulled the room, right? It wasn't like we just did it and wasn't that nice. We said to everybody, how'd you do? And they told us 100 pips, 200, some 300, all right? When you're there with hundreds of traders worldwide, seeing the results, all right, on your own computer, in your own account, with your own eyes, that's when this gets to be awesome. All right, all you have to do, if you have any interest in this at all, is get started. All right, reserve a space for yourself. I got a big group here. All right, and I said at the beginning, we're going to work with 25 of you. All right, so how about the first 25 people that reserve a space and get on this team today, you get to trade the non-farms with us live on Friday. And when we break, all right, we'll get you on the team, we'll get you username and password, we'll trade live on Friday, we'll guide you through the next 60 days on those pound pairs, not just on the formula, right, but on those pound pairs so we can get you out of the gate with this thing strong. I know what you want to do. You want to make money. This is happening now. This is a big deal, all right? And it's our best opportunity to show off to you a little bit. So what we're doing to really help you understand that this is the best use of your time and resources, okay, is we're going to guarantee the results. Really? Listen, if you want to be one of those 25 people, all right, you want to join us and trade the pound in this non-farm thing over the next 60 days, we're going to show you 2,000 pips, all right? How can we be that confident? We've been doing this 22 years, gang. We're experts at it, okay? Nobody else is going to come close to offering anything like this. You come learn how to do it, but better yet, just come and do it, all right? The only way to make money is actually to do it, and you know that. So if you're ready to, if you have any interest in that at all, type your name and a good number for us to reach you in the chat box. After we're done today, we'll give you a call. All right, first 25 people, and we'll have that conversation as soon as we break. Let's get your questions answered, really. All right, then you just have to give yourself a chance to do this. You have to get started. I'll schedule you for a 2-day live training class to make sure you got your I's dotted and T's crossed, and then we'll get you going. All right, some of you have said, how much is it? Good for you. All right, let me tell you exactly so you know what to expect. I'm going to get this on your desk. All right, the software is going to be the cornerstone, so you're going to get a download link for this, and I'm going to send it to you fully loaded. All right, you get a username and password. The auto Fibonacci tools are going to be in it. That whole folder of indicators will be in it as well. If you have limited time when it comes to this stuff, I'm going to set it up so that we connect the software to your iPhone. What will happen is, even if you're at the grocery store, if one of these setups occurs, you got a trend line break, right? We've gone into the buy zone, something like this. The software itself is going to send a note to you, right, while you're in the grocery store, buzz, buzz, buzz. You look at your iPhone, oh, look at that. I got me a 1, 2, 3. Let me just go to my trading account real quick and do the trade, all right? You'll be able to have it linked, so that's pretty cool, all right? And if you don't have the formula memorized, it's okay. Built into the program is what we call the online university. What is that? It breaks down what I taught you today in little bite-sized pieces. So you absolutely will have the formula, right? ABC, 1, 2, 3, the Fibonacci's, uptrend, downtrend. It's really fantastic. Now, normally that runs $249 a month, but you get on this team today, right? I'll make sure that you get it on your desk. I'll give it to you for 2 months for free. So you have every opportunity to try it out, test it out, make sure that it works for you. All right, and you don't have to wait for me at this point. You can reserve a space for yourself with our group. All I need you to do is give me a good way to reach you. All right, I'm going to have one of my education specialists reach out to you, get you on the team, get you the software, let you try it out for 60 days, and make sure that you can do it. All right, once you get that, I'm going to put you into a 2-day training class. Write this down, okay? A 2-day event, major, 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 okay? Major. We do these a couple of times a month, markets open. This will be a chance for you to trade with us in kind of an immersion environment, okay? Yes, we're going to do the non-farms, but that's an event. It kind of comes and goes, all right? But so that you're set up perfectly to take advantage of this Brexit rebound, okay? I need you to be in that class for 2 days. So jot down the dates. Oh, I can't make it. Don't worry about it. We do it a couple of times a month. You just tell us when the best day is for you. This happens to be the next 2-day sessions. In the meantime, all right, we are going to be trading with you, all right? By the time you get load set up with this, understand, you'll be logging into our trading groups Monday through Friday if you want to. We'll give you a schedule. You come trade with us. We'll be live on your screen. You just do what we do. Okay, that's the best way to make this happen. Even if you do it with a practice account first, do what we do. Get your muscle memory, get your repetitions together. You stick a cup of coffee on your desk at home, you fire up your charts. Let's go do it. There's not much more you need to know. It's really going to get down to doing it. And if you're in a hurry, do it tonight. First session, you want to sample what that's like, okay? 7 o'clock tonight, write that down. Right, we got the pound pairs. Non-farms will be Friday, so now you're set up. Okay, that's what working with our team is all about. And it's not just designed to be a couple of days or a couple of weeks. This is a lifetime thing. You want a lifestyle, you want to do this as a lifestyle choice, you want to do this for a lifetime because you want to make ridiculous sums, I got it, okay? This is what we do, and we're experts at it. And not only do you get all that, but we guarantee it, okay? 60 days, you can try it out, test it out, make sure that it works for you before you have to make any kind of final financial decision on this, okay? Last thing is how much, all right? If you go to my website, you're going to see the value for the program is about $16,000 when you add everything up, and it's awesome. But know this, a couple of different ways that you can get started. If you go to my website, you'll see that 7 days a week you can get enrolled with our program, okay? But we bundle everything together. Gives everybody a chance to save time and money, all right? Well, what does that mean? Well, if you go to my website 7 days a week, you can actually get involved using the Ultimate Traders package. That's everything that I told you about, and it's not 16 grand, right? It's about half of that. That's online and that's retail. Okay, but here at Investor Inspiration, we do things just a little bit different, okay? Because you spent this time with us, you're ready to hit the ground running, okay? That means this time was super valuable, not just to you, but to us also, okay? And we want to give you full value for the time that you just spent. You learned what you needed to. Now you're ready to hit the ground running. We want to make it so that everybody listening, right, has a fair opportunity to get involved. So what we do right away, right, is we take $2,000 off, right, the online retail for our program, meaning you can get started today for a one-time investment of $5,995. All right, that's $2,000 off of retail. MasterCard, Visa, American Express is fine, and there's two ways that you can do it. Now, just listen carefully, all right, and you just tell me which one works best for you. Most of our students do what we call option A. They take advantage of that savings. All right, MasterCard, Visa, American Express is fine. They get a 60-day warranty, and they get 2 months of the charts. Okay, what's option B? Well, that's a financing option. What can you do? Put a little bit down, get your foot in the door, reserve a space for yourself so you don't miss out on anything that's happening. You put a little bit down, and then you stretch the rest out over a little bit of time. We'll customize a payment plan for you, make it affordable, make it fit any budget, all right? All we got to do for that is to have a conversation. But the key is this. Get your foot in the door one way or the other and get started, okay? If you're an option A, let me know. You put a phone number in, put the letter A next to it. Yeah, I can do that, right? If you're thinking, well, I want to stretch it out a little, pay as I go, well, then you're an option B, okay? I'll get you the software. I'll get you the download link. I'll get you all those training tools. Okay, but most important, I'm going to give you a guarantee. And here's exactly how that works. You're going to put this to the test because I can show it to you all day. I can show you testimonials of people that have done it before you. What are you going to believe? What's coming right back from you from your own computer. So you're going to download this and you're going to put it to the test. All right, you're going to put us to the test too. Can these guys make this work? Give it 60 days. All right, at the end of 60 days, you're going to have your answer. It's going to be real clear. All right, if this does even half of what I said, what are you going to do? You're going to keep the program. It's going to pay for itself. It'll pay for itself 10 times over at that point. You're going to keep it. You're going to be a member. All right, but if after 60 days, it's just not for you, all right, that's fine. All we're going to say is give us back the stuff. We'll refund every penny that you paid for this just for giving it a try. All right, what I'm trying to tell you is your downside here is zero. Your upside is phenomenal. And in fact, when we're talking about upside, gang, we're actually guaranteeing results too. Nobody does this. In that 60 days, right, we'll show you 2,000 pips. If we don't, you don't owe us a thing. Okay? How can you guys be so confident? We've been at it 22 years. Okay? We're going to show you 2,000 pips. We're going to make them. The question is really, are you going to make them? All right? I want you to be there for it. I want you to be my next success story. And in fact, I'm going to make it easy for you, or I'll give you a couple of incentives. Option A, option B, right? That's what you need to decide at this point. But the fact of the matter is, right, I'm going to give you a little sweetener so that you understand that I'm planning for your success. Instead of, right, just giving you a 2,000 pip guarantee and giving you 60 days with the program, if you're an option B, I'll give it to you for 6 months. Till the end of the year, I'll take care of your software. Okay, instead of $249 a month, that'll be on the house. And for option A's, I'll give it to you for a whole year. Why am I doing that? Because I'm planning for your success. I know what this is. It's just a matter of you doing it. So Tom, Mauricio, James, good. I see your option A's. Janet, Phil, I see your option B's. That's perfect. Benton, I see you're in option B. Lisa, I've got your number. Prakash, I've got yours. Gary, I've got your number. Kyle, I've got yours too. We're going to have that conversation at the end. That's perfect. Okay? You know your timing is good. The last time this happened, it was massive. Okay? This is happening now. And I know that results are going to be the name of the game. What I'm going to tell you is it's not going to take you long. Okay? Rookies making money. 2 weeks into it, making $2,500. Guy's at it for a day, he makes himself $500. All right? I know what you're thinking. Is it worth my investment of time? Is it worth my investment of resources? Okay? The best way for us to work together is you make a commitment and we make one right back. We'll protect you on the money part. All right? The only other part that you're going to have to worry about is this a good use of my time? Let me show you 3 good trades. And it'll become pretty self-evident, okay? Now, there's some of you that don't have a lot of time right now. In fact, I'm about overtime right now, and they've already given me the little signal. So here's what I'm going to do. If you say to yourself, okay, I'm going to give that a shot. I want to hear about the warranty. I want to make sure that I's and T's are dotted and crossed, okay? If you are limited on time, though, I'll let you jump the line of the people that have already put their information in by calling this number. Okay, you call that number, I'll let you jump over the line, plus I'll save you $500. Why would I do that? It's because if you're the type of person that would call, right, you're the type of person that's likely going to have the most success with this. So I'm going to limit that to 5 people, all right, 5 people. And if you're going to call in, right, even if it's just to ask a question, I'll still reserve that voucher for you, all right? Just type the words call in on your screen so I can reserve that for you. Okay, perfect. Jim, I've got you calling in, so I got 4 of those left. All right, John T., you're already on the phone. Now I'm down to 3. Okay, hurry up, gang. Those are going to go quickly. All right, take some action. I know you can do this. And for the rest of you, now listen, I know some of you are looking at this saying, well, I can do that trading thing, right? I figured out how to open an account, and I can do ABC 1, 2, 3. But, man, $6,000? All right, stop it. If you are hemming and hawing about the money part, all right, I don't want you to be hung up on that. So here's what I'm going to do. For the rest of you that are still here, okay, if you're worried about the money part but the rest of it makes sense, you have to get started. So I'm going to make it real easy. I'll give you 90 seconds on this because I know that this is worth every bit of 16 grand, okay? I know it's worth every bit of 8 grand and 6 grand, okay? But I also know that if the money part's messing you up, if I could get this for you for free, that would get you off the fence. So how about this? Okay, 90 seconds on this, all right? If I can get this thing for you for free, does that get you off the fence? Because if it does, do me a favor. Type your name and phone number in the chat box, put the word free next to it, tell you how to get it for free. Really? A minute ago it was $6,000. I know, all right? But if you want to do something badly enough, there's always a way to do it. Let's just figure out how to get it started for you, okay? Every single person that ever came to my workshop and got started with this started the same way as you are today. They came to the webinar, they saw it, said, I can do that. They typed in A, B, or in this case, free. Okay, so if that's all you need me to do, I just took away the excuse for you. All right, but you got to give me a way to get in touch with you when we break. So somebody said, what's that phone number again? There it is. Everybody else, it's A or B, in this case free. I'm over by a couple minutes. Please don't flog me with any al dente spaghetti, and have a great rest of the day.